welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's your first time here, I make videos about student lifestyle, chit chats, and vlogs. So if you're into that kind of stuff, just make sure you hit the subscribe button so that I can welcome you to the family. So for today's video, I'm doing a story time. Basically, I'm sharing my second year experience. Now, last time on my last video, it seemed like I was rooting for off-campus more, but after the story time, child, you're gonna consider if you were considering living on off campus, you might even reconsider. Now, as you guys know, I'm a student at Northwest University and I live off campus, right? It's not like too far from campus, really. It's not like a long distance or whatever. Maybe it will take me like 10 minutes to get to campus. So during my second year, the first big highlight of my second year is management accounting. Now, you can ask anyone who's studying accounting about this module and they're gonna tell you that management accounting is not for the faint-hearted. Guys, that module, like, you will study and things don't balance. Like, you will honestly study and it's still like you I feel like you have to put your all. You have to give it your whole heart, your soul, your tears, so that it can actually balance. Because that module showed me flames. I don't want to lie. Second year was my first time having management accounting, and now I'm in third year, so it's gonna be my second time. So now I know how the things go. But when I was still new to it, guys, like, that module is hard. It was my biggest highlight of the year. In terms of hardships, it was like the hardest module. And speaking of management accounting, I should actually start revising my work before we even open, because when I say it doesn't play that thing. It chowed me. It dealt with me accordingly. Now, the second biggest highlight of my second year was cable theft. Now, guys, this was so painful. I really hope it doesn't happen this year. If you live in Val, please, and you know someone who steals cables, please tell that person, please forgive us this year. Let us not go through that, guys. That was the worst experience, and it was like for a week. So they stole our cables, and it took them like a week to give us new cables and repair the damage that was done and all that. And imagine you're a uni student and you have no cables. That means it's stuck in the house. Yeah, firstly, like, when it comes to food, you're wasting money. We had to waste money because now you're forced to buy like fast food. Money we don't even have. You're now forced to live on bread. If you don't have bread, you have to buy, and you can't eat bread for 5 days. At some point, you have to go and buy maybe chips. At some point, you have to maybe get a KFC by Mr. D, because you can't keep eating bread for dinner, lunch, and supper. So that's the thing. I wasted so much money on takeaways because we didn't have electricity. And now, not having electricity, another thing was that we had to go and charge our gadget on campus. That's so annoying. Like, that was so annoying because every day you would have to walk because it's online learning, so you need your gadgets. You operate online, so we'd have to walk every day to go and charge our gadgets. And you have to wake up early because this is like, with so many of us that live at that area, so now you're forced to go early in the morning before people, because there are extensions right throughout, like at the school. There are like extensions where you eat at the student center. There's so many extensions, but because it's a lot of us that don't have electricity due to cable theft, you now have to arrive early so that you can charge your devices. Arrive before everyone else so that you can charge your devices. That is like I have like a little lamp. I don't know what to call it. I think it's a lamp. Yeah, that I have to charge every time. I had my phone. I had my laptop that needed charging. So I'll have to go and charge my 3 things in the morning. And then I'll use them for my schoolwork throughout the day, and then it runs out, and then the next morning I had to go. Like, that was like the worst, guys. That was the worst, and for a full week. So if you're gonna go to Val campus, please consider living on campus. I'm telling you. That was the worst experience. if you're not gonna live at an on-campus residence, please live at the off-campus supplied by the school, because cable theft, guys, is such a common thing. Because last year it happened twice, if I'm not mistaken, but the second time they fixed it way quick. I think they took 2 days to repair it, as compared to the first time where it took like 5 days to repair. That was the worst. And then, as if not having electricity is bad enough, as if the cable theft was bad enough, with water crisis, first semester, if I'm not mistaken, we had water crisis. I forgot for how many days. Was it also 5 days or maybe 3? I forgot. Somewhere there we didn't have water, so now we were forced to go to school, because you can't really use the toilet in the house, because what are you gonna use to flush? Now we had to go to campus to fill in water bottles, and that was the worst. That was the worst. Imagine walking to campuses with bottles, and then you come back, guys, because that walk is maybe like 10 minutes. And 10 minutes when you have water bottles, I'm a 5 liter. It's like such a long walk, eh? It's a long walk. And that was like the worst. I at that point, I was like, why am I still here? When that happened, I was like, why am I still at this place? Because they steal our cables. We go days without water, so why am I still here? And for some reason, I still live there. I can't believe I still live there, but I actually still live there, That was the other worst experience, not having water. And then academics, guys. Like I said at the beginning of this video, management accounting dealt with me. I had a breakdown. Like, when did I go home? I went home like for March, for Easter. Guys, immediately when Easter came, because we opened late, we opened like in February, like, when did we open? Was it like 15th February or whatever? And then in April, I was like, I'm going home. I had a breakdown. I couldn't anymore. I felt like that place was suffocating me. I felt like I'm gonna sink into academic depression if I continue being in this place. And I know a lot of people love being far away from home, which is a good thing. But when you start having like breakdowns, you'll actually wish home is actually closer to you. So I had a breakdown because academics were just too much on me. I wasn't understanding my work, and when you don't understand your work, there's no way you're gonna enjoy, because now you start panicking, like, I'm not understanding this. These are all new modules, and those were like continuous modules. So I actually have them this year, but because now I know how work is done, I feel like I'm at a way better place. So it was like a new thing. Guys, like I broke down. I told my roommate that I can't anymore. I'm going home. I never thought I would say that. I was like, I can't anymore. I'm definitely going home. And I went home, guys. I went home for a breather. And then when I came back, I was like at a better place mentally. So please take care of your mental health. Please take care. If you feel like there's something that you can't anymore, don't, because your mental health comes first, above everything else. So yeah, those were like my biggest 4 highlights of my second year. Of course, there were good times, guys. It can't always be bad times, There were good times where I did well at school, where I enjoyed myself there, but these were like my biggest 4 highlights. So I just had to share them. Had to share my biggest 4 highlights of my second year. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how was your second year experience, or your first year experience if you were doing your first year last year. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you on my next video.